What's up, basketball fans? Welcome back to the channel. We've got some breaking NBA injury news ahead of a huge matchup, the Dallas Mavericks vs. Milwaukee Bucks showdown. The Mavericks' latest injury report has dropped, and it's loaded with updates, including a massive development involving Anthony Davis, a 7-footer listed as questionable, and 5 total players on the report. The stakes are high, the stars are shining, and the health updates could completely change how this game plays out. Let's dive into the full breakdown of who's in, who's out, and how this could impact both teams. Segment 1, 0:30 to 2:30, the headline story, Anthony Davis update stuns fans. Alright, let's start with the big headline, Anthony Davis return update. Now, before you jump, no, AD doesn't play for the Mavericks, but his status has major implications for the Western Conference landscape. Reports surfaced this morning that Davis is on track to make his return from his recent hip and groin soreness, a huge sigh of relief for the Los Angeles Lakers, who face Dallas later this week. Why does this matter for the Mavericks? Because they're about to hit one of the toughest stretches of their schedule, facing elite bigs like Giannis Antetokounmpo, Brook Lopez, and soon, Anthony Davis himself. Dallas has struggled defending strong front courts, and if Davis returns healthy, it'll test how well their interior rotation can handle elite power forwards and centers back-to-back. But tonight's focus remains on the Mavs' own lineup, and let's just say, the injury report isn't pretty. Segment 2, 2:30 to 4:30, Mavs injury list, 5 players listed, including a 7-footer. According to the team's official update, the Dallas Mavericks have 5 players listed on the injury report ahead of their matchup against the Bucks. The most concerning name? Their 7-foot center Deck Lively II, who's currently listed as questionable with an ankle issue. Lively has been a crucial part of Dallas' success early this season. The rookie big man has provided rim protection, energy, and rebounding that the team desperately needed. His ability to defend the paint and run the pick and roll with Luka Doncic has quickly made him a fan favorite. If he's unable to go, that's a massive hole in the middle against a Bucks team that features Giannis and Brook Lopez. In addition to Lively, Maxi Kleber remains sidelined with a dislocated toe, Dante Exum is listed as questionable with knee soreness, Olivier Maxence Prosper continues to recover from a minor back issue, and Seth Curry is battling ankle tightness. That's 5 names on the sheet, and while Luka Doncic and Kyrie Irving are both active, the depth of the Mavericks front court could be seriously tested tonight. Segment 3, 4:30 to 6:30, how injuries could impact the Mavericks game plan versus the Bucks. Facing the Milwaukee Bucks is tough on a normal night, but doing it with a depleted front court? That's another level of challenge. If Deck Lively can't play, Dallas will likely rely on Dwight Powell and Richaun Holmes to handle the bulk of the center minutes. While both are solid veterans, they don't bring the same defensive mobility or rim protection that Lively does. Giannis Antetokounmpo is averaging over 28 points per game this season, and Brook Lopez has been quietly dominant from deep. Without Lively's length and athleticism, Dallas could struggle to keep the Bucks off the boards and out of the paint. Expect head coach Jason Kidd to adjust by using smaller lineups, possibly featuring Grant Williams or even Josh Green at the 4 in switch-heavy defensive sets. Offensively, the Mavericks might look to speed up the tempo and rely heavily on Luka and Kyrie's perimeter playmaking to outscore the Bucks instead of matching their physicality inside. It's a risky plan, but with limited options, Dallas might have no choice but to go small and push the pace. Segment 4, 6:30 to 8 o'clock, the Anthony Davis angle, what it means for the Western Conference. Now, circling back to Anthony Davis, his potential return adds another layer of intrigue to the Mavericks' next stretch of games. If AD returns to full strength for the Lakers, it means Dallas will soon face consecutive matchups against elite frontcourt players, Giannis, Lopez, then Davis. This could serve as a litmus test for how playoff-ready the Mavericks roster truly is. The team has made progress defensively, but they still struggle with size and rebounding. With Lively uncertain and Kleber out, their lack of depth in the paint could be exposed by these matchups. And let's not forget, the Lakers and Mavericks are neck and neck in the Western standings. Any slip in this upcoming stretch could have major playoff seeding implications down the line. So while AD's return is great for the Lakers, it also puts pressure on Dallas to shore up their defense fast. Segment 5, 8 to 9 o'clock, keys to victory for the Mavericks versus Bucks. If Dallas wants to pull off a win tonight, a few things need to go perfectly. First, Luka Doncic must control the tempo. Against a team like Milwaukee, slowing the game down and exploiting mismatches in the half-court is crucial. Luka's ability to draw doubles and find shooters will be key. Second, Kyrie Irving has to stay aggressive. The Bucks' backcourt isn't known for elite perimeter defense, and Kyrie's quickness could give him an edge. If he can get downhill early and put pressure on the defense, it opens up the floor for everyone else. Third, the Mavericks need bench production. Players like Tim Hardaway Jr. and Josh Green must step up, especially if Lively and Kleber are unavailable. Outscoring Milwaukee's bench will help balance out the size disadvantage in the paint. If Dallas can stay hot from deep and limit turnovers, they've got a real shot at stealing a win, even with injuries piling up. Segment 6, 9 to 9:45, Bucks side of the story, healthy and hungry. Meanwhile, the Milwaukee Bucks enter this matchup relatively healthy and rolling. Giannis is in mid-season form, Damian Lillard is finding his rhythm, and their supporting cast has started clicking under new coach Doc Rivers. The Bucks' size and physicality make them a nightmare matchup for undermanned teams, and that could spell trouble for Dallas. If Deck Lively doesn't play, expect Milwaukee to attack the rim relentlessly. This could also be a statement game for Lillard, who's been heating up after a slow start to the season. The Bucks are looking to climb the Eastern Conference standings, and they'll treat this game as a must-win to keep momentum. Outro, 9:45 to 10 o'clock. So, to recap, the Dallas Mavericks' latest injury report lists 5 players, including 7-footer Deck Lively 2 as questionable, with major eyes on the Anthony Davis return update shaking up the Western landscape. It's a big night for Luka, Kyrie, and the Mavs as they take on a fully loaded Bucks squad. Do you think Dallas can overcome the injuries and pull off an upset win? And how much will Lively's status affect their chances tonight? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss another NBA injury update or game preview. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time, right here on the channel.